Try that again. What's up? Mike was muted. What's going on with my hair? How's everybody doing? Welcome to another Monday Ask Me Anything. Thought I'd come on here and hang out for a bit before we got to go over to the website l1training.com. We've got the let's see. This week we're going to do some advanced Chrysler programming, some used module stuff, some bench flashing techniques, and some editing used modules so they can be used on vehicles they're not supposed to be on. Hey, Pico. Been super busy, so I haven't had a whole lot of time. So what's everybody working on? Is everybody slowing down? How's everybody doing with the health crisis we got going on? Oh, sweet, Pico. I usually don't get on until Saturday evenings. Hey, Val, Dave, Francisco. How's everybody doing? So, I did want to bring a picture up. Let me see here. See if I got this laying around here. Let's see here. See if I can get this all pulled up here. You guys might have some questions after seeing it. Hey, Martino. Working on a cheeseburger right now? That's pretty good. I would hope so. It's 5 o'clock Central Time, so it's later, over on the East Coast where most of you guys are. I think there's a few West Coasters in here. Can I put on all the PPE again? I think I probably can. I could probably just the whole time just wear this. These are N95 though. See? Just funny because N95, I believe, filters down to about 3 microns, and the coronavirus is about 1.2 microns. But not all pieces of the coronavirus are 1.2, so 11 p.m. Let's take a look here. Let's see. This will take me a second to get all worked up here. Let's see here. I dropped some junk into my eye today underneath the Equinox. I had a 2011 Chevy Equinox. And it was a no crank, no start. I get there and there's no check engine light. It's no com with PCM. I said, so what happened with this? He's like, it's been driving fine, and then it stopped running. I didn't really know much else about it. So I was like, okay, well, let me go check this thing out. So I get to looking at it, and I go to check powers on X1 connector of the PCM. Guinness o'clock. Go to check on connector X1. I believe it is pin 15 and 32. No, that was the vehicle before that. I do not remember now. Anyways, B plus checks good on the power input. The main powers, there's like 3 main powers or 2 main powers. The constant B plus ignition source, and then when those 2 are supplied with grounds on the other end, the PCM grounds the ignition relay, which then powers itself. So I get to connector X2 and X3 to check the grounds, both on pin 73, the big ones. I undo the connector. I initially check for ground with the U-scope. It shows good, so I go ahead and connect it back up and back probe so I can voltage drop test it, unload it and load and see if there's a change. And as soon as I plug it up, I hear some clicking. Oh, interesting. Go to back probe it. Sure enough, not a good ground. Okay. So we have a bad ground. So I check pin 73 on X3 connector. Also, same thing. So look at the wiring diagram. Goes back to G112. Trace G112 back to underneath the intake manifold, and sure enough, the bolt is loose. And it's back behind the AC compressor. Looking at everything under there, AC compressor looks like a slightly different color than the engine. So I was like, hey, did you guys put an engine in this? He goes, oh yeah, we put an engine in that a week ago. Forgot to tighten the bolt. I can reach up under there on the ground G112 and shake it, and I can see the eyelet moving around. So, yeah, that was my last one. Well, last diag I had. The last job I had before I came home was some keys on a Ford. Normal stuff. So, let me see if I got this just right. Let's see here. All right. You guys, tell me if anyone gets a kick out of this picture. And yes, I know I'm fat. I've actually lost like 30 pounds since this picture. Right over here, over this way, straight over that way. I'm gonna go off screen, but yeah, if I was to keep going, it's Mr. Joe Exotic himself. That's right. I went there. I met the guy. He's crazy. I've not seen the show yet. So anyone asking, no, I have not seen this thing. I haven't had an opportunity or the want to go watch this dude's thing. I don't know if it's a reality show about him or what. Honestly, I legitimately don't even know if crop out. I legitimately don't even know anything about this show. I haven't seen anything about it, but we went there, took the kids. This was a couple years ago, like 2-3 years ago. He took everybody on a tour. We saw all the lions, the ligers, the liger, whatever. He's got names for all of them because he bred like a lion and a tiger and got a liger, and then he bred a liger and a tiger and got a liger or something, and then bred them the other way. I don't know. He did a bunch of crap that I have no idea. But I could tell you, I've not seen anything about it. I'm going to make that your screensaver. Oh, let's get that off there. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's get that off there. So, I hadn't seen anything about this, right? And I just start seeing this Joe Exotic stuff all over Facebook. I'm like, what in the world is going on? And I had seen his YouTube videos probably, it's almost 4 years ago now when he was running for president in 2016. Then he ran for governor or something too. And saw his videos and watched his videos and went, wow, that's exactly how he is in real life. So, for anyone asking if he is in real life or in person what he's like on the TV show, I've never seen the TV show, but if you go look at his YouTube channel and find his presidential stuff, he is that batshit crazy in real life. It is hilarious. Dude is totally nuts. Super eccentric. He's all over the place. I mean, you think I talk fast and I'm all over the place? This dude wears me out. Watching him makes me nervous. Okay? No joke. So, to answer that question, yeah. Is his name Napoleon Dynamite? No. Dunfam says, working on 2019 Honda Insight Hybrid wrecked, replaced with new ECM and program. Went fine, but still no start. PCM no code, but ABS said PCM failure. Any thoughts? Weird. No? Yeah, I mean, he's in prison, right? I mean, that's Last I knew, he went to prison for trying to have that lady killed or whatever. What's the other phone? I thought I turned these all the way off. Guess vibrate wasn't all the way off. It'd help if I knew how to use this phone. There we go. So I am working on, should be done this evening, a bench flashing setup for General Motors, specifically Global A stuff for doing 6L80s and 90s. I got a transmission shop that wants me to do bench flashing of 6L80s and 90s. So, should use that photo on Christmas cards. Perfect. Liz would not go for it. I could tell. She's definitely not going to go for it. The car I had this morning before that, or before the other one. Yes, we're streaming class tonight. So in about 45 minutes, we'll be doing the class. We'll be doing the advanced Chrysler stuff. It's kind of short, but it's packed with tons of info on how to like convert a 2.7 Chrysler PCM to work in a 3.5 car, which, you know, Chrysler says isn't possible, but we can make it happen. Hey, what's the program that can connect J2534 with PC to online update for GM? A subscription to AC Delco TDS. It's called GM SPS, Service Programming System, but you use acdelcotds.com, sign up for an account, download and install everything, set up Java correctly, and then use your JBox, pay $40 per VIN number, and then program with that. I mean, that's the normal process, is using acdelcotds.com, and use SPS to do it. So I'm a terrible, terrible alcoholic, and I don't mean that as in like I'm a really bad alcoholic. I mean as in like I'm not good at being an alcoholic. I've actually been out of Guinness for like 2-3 weeks now. I just haven't. Going to the liquor store is like last of my priorities. So this is just water for anyone asking. I do wish it was Guinness. And been spending a lot of time getting my garage all clean and organized, going through all my toolboxes that we've had, you know, since I moved out of the shop and moved to just mobile over a year ago, well over a year ago now, almost a year and a half, over a year and a half, yeah, over a year and a half ago. I still have not gone through and like organized my tools in the garage. So I've got like my house tools and the shop tools and stuff piled up everywhere. So Sunday we spent all day cleaning. So I'm going to be cleaning everything out of the office here because I just got crap piled all over my desk. It's crazy. So I can get more room to work on projects in there and out here. Or out there and in here, should I say. But this morning I had a 2007 Chevy Silverado. Has the L76 engine, the multiple displacement, the active fuel management engine. It's like a LTZ. It's a fairly high option package truck. It has a touchscreen radio and all that stuff for an 07, so. Can you take a short video about it? It's more necessary, thanks. I mean, I've done a video. If you search my YouTube channel on how to program a General Motors, I think it's called... Let me look here. And then over at L1training.com, I've got an 8-hour class on programming. I mean, it's not something you watch a 6-minute video and jump into. GM is probably the easiest, but there's still things you've got to watch out for. Program Chevy PCM. I don't know. I'm just straight up searching. Probably did a software update, maybe. Well, apparently the SEO one, it's not very good, because if you just search for it on YouTube, I am not on the front page. We'll put it that way. So yeah, if you go to my channel, your channel, and you go to search. Oh yeah, it was a Silverado. I fixed a P2135 by doing a software update. So just go to my channel and go to search and type in SPS, and it's like the third video down. And there's like 4 videos in there. There's one about an 03 Silverado programmed in TCM, all kinds of stuff. So there's tons of stuff there. And then on the website, for $20 a month, you can get access to the entire J2534 training videos I've got. It's like 15 or 16 hours of video already. So yeah, I've already done tons of short videos on that. Just go check it out there. So anyways, 07 Silverado L76 engine, which is a 6.0, I believe. Truck is a crank no start. So I got called out to his shop initially, and this truck is owned by a guy who has a wrecker company and an auto sales. He just flips a couple cars on the sides, but has a wrecker company. So, but it's at a shop that uses him all the time. So I go out to the shop. I check this truck out. The windows are rolled down. I got plastic over the windows because I can't get the windows to roll up. Key it on. All the lights on dash come on. Power windows doesn't work. Radio doesn't come on. Truck doesn't even crank. Doesn't do anything. So I go to check it out. First thing I do is I just scoped I went to go connect to it and check for codes. I could talk to the PCM. I could talk to the instrument cluster. I could talk to a few modules, but I couldn't talk to ABS. There was some codes for lost communication with ABS and lost communication with fuel pump control module. And then I noticed that I didn't have communication with a lot of other stuff. The airbag light was on, no comm with airbag module, no comm with driver's door module, no comm with radio, no comm with most of the stuff inside. So I'm like, okay, I got a bunch of no comms. It's a GM, probably have a module bringing the network down or something. It's weird that it was both high speed and class 2, but is what it is. So I take the U-scope, check out class 2 data line, looks like total crap. I'm like, okay, so I go to the splice pack. It's up by the BCM. Pull the splice pack. Use the U-isolate tool that you see me use on the just check out on my channel and on Trained by Techs. The videos post on both. I think if you search for just class 2, class and then the number 2, there's a class 2 diagnostic tips video where I ran through diagnosing class 2 systems. So I pulled a splice pack, go through my process at the splice pack, determine that one of the legs, pin L, I believe, when I disconnect pin L, I get comm back. Go to diagram, look at pin L. Pin L goes over to a secondary splice pack, JX301 or something, underneath the passenger seat. So I haven't pulled a passenger seat. I come back a couple days later when I'm there. I'm just kind of working on this car just on the side, not really focusing time on it. I'm at this shop often, so I just checking this car out in conjunction with other stuff. They pulled the passenger seat, get to that splice pack, check everything out. Sure enough, it's the airbag module is what's doing that. I should have guessed because it's a Chevrolet pickup truck. So that's under the driver's seat because it's a secondary splice pack's under the passenger seat. So I haven't pulled driver's seat, put an airbag module in it, and then he calls me out today to come do that and then figure out why else I can't talk to the ABS or the fuel pump control module. Because he bought this car at auction, was driving it. An hour into driving it, all the lights on dash came on, nothing worked inside, but it still ran and drove, and then about 20 minutes later, it died and never started again. Didn't even crank. So, anyways, with the airbag module disconnected at the either splice pack, the truck would crank but not start, and I would get low-speed communication back to everything except for airbag module, which was bad. So we get to the airbag module underneath. It's got fungus growing on it. It's wet. I disconnected it. It's got water in it. So I said, yeah, I probably should check powers and grounds, but I can tell you need an airbag module. He's like, good, I got it, just like you said, because I told him it probably needs an airbag module. Get the airbag module, put in it, program the airbag module, run through the SDM primary key reset, all that stuff. Now it's cranking, windows work, radio comes on, all that stuff, but it doesn't start still. Yeah, they corrode here too, really bad. Yes, I should take a picture. It's got white fungus growing on it or whatever. So now it cranks, still didn't start. But I've got calm without the whole low speed. I can roll the windows up now, all that stuff. So get the plastic off, roll the windows up. Still have no calm with ABS module or fuel pump control module. Jump underneath it because fuel pump control module is easy to get to. Don't have to drop a spare tire or nothing on this one. Disconnect the connector. Go to check for powers. The main big power, the red with white wire on pin number 32 or something. So the connector's got 4 big wires on it. It's got a ground and a power, and probably the power and ground that come out that go to the fuel pump, since it's a fuel pump control module, and then all the small wires in between, the comm lines, the ignition on, all that stuff. Go to check the big one, no power. So I went ahead and checked the power to the small ignition wire just to make sure that my ground location I was using with my U-scope was good. Sure enough, that shows power. Plug it in, same thing, voltage drop the ignition wire. It's good, but there's no power from the 20 amp fuse that's up front, which I already checked the fuse 22 for the fuel system control module. Go back up there and check it. Sure enough, still no power. Interesting. Go look at the diagram. Huge bus bar that connects all these together. Double check power again in case, sure enough, I had a bad connection, bad ground spot or something. It does have power. Like, interesting. So I was like, well, the fuse box looks new, but the handles are broke where they like lock. So we pull the fuse box up, disconnect it, check the connections, everything, all the pins underneath are all broken, nothing stays connected. So I was like, oh man, this probably needs a fuse box. Let's grab some big long zip ties, push all the connectors in, zip tie all of the connectors. Truck starts up. So cool. Fuse box locks are trashed. We clip the zip ties. So tell me you need to go get new locks for all these connectors, get new handles. Probably have to get a whole new fuse box. Again, I don't know who bought it last time, but whoever put it in trashed it. So yeah, that was my day this morning. Yeah, the fuse block was trash. It was brand new. It looked brand new because the housing was all nasty around it, but the fuse box itself that goes in was nice and clean and new. But the locking handles were broken. All 4 corners of the locking handles where they swing up and down were just trashed. So whoever put it in had no idea what they were doing. It was ridiculous. You guys are awful quiet out there. But we do have a ton of stuff coming up pretty soon. Let's see. I'll run through real quick what we've got. I always forget how much material I have on the website. It's crazy. Let's see here. Oh, excuse me. Get to where I could actually see the screen on there. Sure enough, I just messed my settings all up for the screen display by putting the Joe Exotic picture up there. Should have guessed. Old Joe screwing it up for everybody. Probably could have all had tigers till he messed it up for us. Sweet. Let me do this transition. There we go. Now I can see. Have you seen... No, I have not watched Tiger King yet. Liz hasn't had anything crazy yet. She's had... Man, she does just mostly programming right now. The few diags you run into are usually things that were accidental diags, kind of. Gets their program, there's no comm, finds a blown fuse or something. She's not doing a whole lot of diag. Most of her stuff is programming, and then as of recent, with the kids out of school, because the whole coronavirus, Wuhan, the Kung Flu, she's been home, so. But no, I have not seen Tiger King yet, but I was just showing a picture of where I went and seen the guy at his zoo in Oklahoma 3 years ago, way before the show, way before he was arrested, when he was still just running it. Dude's crazy eccentric. It's nuts. So, how did he die? Oh, Chris. So I had this. It's like a 2010 or 11 A4, just a piece of junk. So we go out. Used transmission has been installed, so it's got a SVM locked code. So we get Otis booted up. I call Martino because I had not done an SVM locked used transmission before on Otis, so he runs me through how to set up the test plan, how to get it all, how to go through all the settings and select which ones we need to do, so we don't have to run through everything in the test plan because this thing's got like tons of codes. So we go through and set up the SVM. We set up the coding for the module. We set up the theft immobilizer stuff so we can reinitialize all the immobilizer stuff. Go through the whole test plan, get it all done. It's a crank no start. So we go looking at data and like, man, there's no theft data. Doesn't make sense. Can't figure out why it doesn't start. Liz peeks over my shoulder. I'm on the phone with him. Peeks over my shoulder and goes, "It's out of gas." Sure enough, the freaking fuel gauge was pegged empty. He put a gallon of gas in it and started right up. So that was a good one. Hey, I didn't know Bus Jockey was, I didn't know that was you. I'll destroy your last name, but I'll just call you Mike E. Yeah, you did, the information was awesome, man. I only got to set in for, like, the one, TPF code stuff on the Cummins engine, which, I don't really mess with a whole lot on big stuff, but it's really good information. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, anyways, yeah, so like on the website, we got this online training tab. You click it, you got to log in. It's $20 a month. Once you log in, trying to think, because I think we've done 5 of the videos. You guys won't see this page. That's the WordPress, the website setup. So you click online training to log in. You'll have like all these links over on the side. Like today's class, here in 28 minutes, you'd log in, you click the big red play button, it would take you straight to the live stream, so you could watch the class. We could communicate just like we are now. We could go through and I can answer questions and all that stuff. And then once it's done, so we're doing Chrysler Advanced Programming today, but like you have access to all this stuff. So like the Advanced Application of Fundamental Electrical Theory class, it is 13 parts, all just about an hour long. Ask Me Anything live streams. This one will go in here. I think there's 1 or 2 of those. Chrysler, there's a update for the sundown of the old JBox app. Here's some walkthroughs on how to partition hard drives with Windows CD and with boot at bare metal. We've got the actual JBox class. That is, let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16 parts, so 16 hours almost total of material. Then there's a bunch of walkthroughs. Here's that Silverado video right there, but that's still on YouTube. Ford FJDS, doing an IDS, Ford restraint control module when we don't have the original one, so how to force as-built data, Chrysler YTech 2.0, That's a micropod one, doing flashing a Nissan with NERS, some more NERS blank programming, Honda programming, Toyota programming, Mazda programming, just lots and lots and lots of videos. Then we also have keys and immobilizer stuff. That's what we're doing right now. You're hacking me for sure now. The keys and immobilizer class, we got 5 parts so far. Next week we'll do part 6. I think next week, whenever we do our next class after today. The network failures diagnosis class was really good. Got a lot of good feedback on it. It's about 7 hours of content. It's actually made to be a hands-on class, so we couldn't do a whole lot of hands-on, so it's only 7 hours of video. We've got some advanced level NERS training on using Nissan NERS, just like what we're going to do today with Chrysler, how we can kind of adjust things to put whatever software we want into whatever modules. We could use tons of used modules for stuff they weren't designed for. Lots of programming with that, or lots of training with that. Then we've got about 4 videos of the diagnostic process. That's a 4-hour class. So that's what's on there right now. And then if you like purchase the on-demand videos, currently the only one available is the J-Box class. And that is a studio version. That's the entire class gone all the way through with no conversations, just the class. So if you purchase this one, which is like $150 for just the class and $250 for the class with the book, which is like 300 pages, you'll have access to that forever. It's not a monthly charge. That's one-time charge. You have access to all of it. But yeah, so that's on there. And then, I mean, didn't find it. That video's on just my YouTube channel, that GM video. Those walkthrough videos are on just the YouTube channel. So, yeah, and then we put a little link, like, here's all the classes we did, the dates we've done them last, so kind of keep an eye on what we've already gone through so you don't get lost in it. The library gets pretty big. There's a ton of content on the website, so. What else is going on? Everyone been staying healthy. Make sure you're sanitizing cars before you touch them, after you touch them. Wash your hands, don't touch your face. It's all really, honestly, serious stuff, honestly. You guys need to protect your health. Big time. Interesting. No? Nobody got anything else? Well, rather than sitting here in silence, I guess I'll jump off here and I'll see everybody here in 20 minutes or so on the website for anyone that's subscribed over there. And we'll do the advanced Chrysler programming. I guess I'll grab some dinner first. And then we'll see you guys in a few. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.